But we want to start first with our guest speaker, and I'm going to turn the mic over here to Assistant Athletic Director Jeff Bray so that he can introduce our speaker for this evening.
Okay, I too would like to thank you guys for coming tonight, because it's not, normally you guys have to listen to me talk about concussions, or you listen to a coach talk about it, or you hear it on the news, or see it on ESPN. It's not very often you get the opportunity, or have the opportunity, to listen to someone who lives with concussions every day, since he was 16 years old. Since he was 16 years old, Ray Ciancaglini has had a headache, has had ringing in ears, and now at 61 years of age, is out on the road talking to young people, talking to parents, talking to coaches about what he's gone through, what he goes through every day, so that you don't have to. Where he started was trying to get young student athletes, and he started talking to high schools, and has reached out to colleges. And he has upcoming presentations at Strong Hospital, U of R, RIT, and other colleges across the Northeast. And he came to realize that it was not just him that when he was 16 and suffered a concussion, because you can't see the concussion, because you can't see the splint, there's no crutches, there's no bandage, people have a tough time believing that you're hurt. And so when he was 16, preparing to fight for middleweight title, he was called out as to, have you lost the heart? Don't you have the dog in there to fight? And that made him do something now he lives with every day. And he does not want that to happen to you or any other athlete. And I know that we've had some student athletes at Keuka since I've been here that careers have ended. And we now have a way to help them through that process. Help that he hasn't had until now. So he's here to talk to you. You can see the accolade that he's received to this point in his career. And probably the most important one is down at the bottom. When New York State passed state law requiring concussion care and a concussion program for middle school and high school athletes. And Ray is the reason that happened. So athletes in the future, athletes that fill your seat someday, will have him to thank for seeing that they're properly taken care of. At this point, I'd like to turn it over to Ray Ciancaglini.
Thank you all for coming tonight. You can just bear with me for about 30 minutes and help me get my message through. I'd really appreciate that. I would like to thank the athletic director, Dave Sweet, and head athletic trainer, Jeff Bray, for allowing me the honor and privilege of being the guest speaker here tonight. I have a lot of respect for Keuka College athletic department. You know, their proactive approach to concussion management and awareness is commendable. It's evident that they're concerned for your well-being, you athletes, is their top priority. And I hope everybody appreciates this beautiful facility and its highly regarded, dedicated staff. Never take that for granted. I'd also like to acknowledge Senator Mike Mazzolio for working with me to get passed into law the Concussion Management Awareness Act. This law greatly reduces the possibility of a concussed athlete being mistakenly overlooked. I'll tell you, we're so fortunate to have Senator Mazzolio working our corner in Albany. Thank you. time, I would like to present Keuka College, Jeff Bray, and Dave Sweet with an autographed glove, signed glove by me, as a token of my appreciation for supporting the Second Impact and for being proactive with concussion management and awareness.
Okay, now, Ray would like to open this up for questions. Anybody has any? That's so good to hear that. My whole purpose is to make sure nobody else goes through this because it's so unnecessary. It's all about education. And hearing that is pretty heartfelt for me. It is the right thing to do. And I lost track now. It's the nature of the beast, I guess. But I find the question and answer session is so productive. It's probably when I'm at my best because this is what I dedicate my time to now. For years I tried to find out what the problem was. And sure enough, here we're at. Anybody else?
Do you have any idea how many concussions you actually suffered?
Well, it was hard to know because we didn't know what they were. But to be honest with you, the second concussion, I was never really the same after that because it was on top of the first one. And then I kept battling it and battling it. And who knows how many after that, because boxing is a whole different sport than any other sport. Being that, take for instance football or lacrosse, if you get your bell rung there, the play is over. You have the ability to get up and address it. And, the chances of you getting hit in the head again are probably not real good, but you still don't want to take that risk. But in the ring, we get our bell rung, we got to keep fighting. Because if we don't, we're going to get hurt worse. And we don't know any differently. It's a different kind of adrenaline, different altogether. And the nature of that sport is, the object of our sport, that sport, was to render your opponent unconscious. And that was the whole thing, where your other sports, like football or any other, you get penalized for hitting somebody in the head. But boxing, I guess, the more you hit your opponent, the better you are, and the more knockouts you have, the more popular you are, the more money you make. So I hope I answered that question. Yes, miss?
What do you have to do to prepare yourself to give one of these speeches to us?
Oh, okay. That there, thank you for that question. Thank you. I prepare for these just like I did a fight. Every one of my fights I prepare the same way here. And I try to get my rest. I try to prepare, but that's almost impossible to, I've given so many of these speeches. We speaking engagements, we quitted over 100, but I still can't remember the speech. And I have to go with a board. It has to be at a slant, because if it's down, and I look down and look back up, I'll forget where I'm at. It's big letters, and it's all color-coded to help me remember where I'm at, so I don't repeat myself. And then I'm on medication. And what we do is, just like peaking for a fight, I don't eat, I watch my weight, and I don't eat just before I come here. And then we cut back on the medicines for my tremors, so I can be a little bit more audible, because even though I'm forgetful with dementia, the medicines, they have a little bit of, they sedate you a little bit. So I have to cut back on that to be as audible as I can be for you. But the double-edged sword on that is it increases the tremors. So we have to adjust that, but there's only a certain window of time that I have, usually 3 or 4 hours. And it's so hard to get back on track, but it's all with the doctor's okay and supervision. And to me, it's all worth it. If I can get just one of you tonight, just one, get you to think twice about hiding a concussion and trying to play through it, it's all worth it for me. That's why I'm here. Thank you.
If we could also at this point have his wife of 38 years, Patty, come up for a moment. Part of the reason that we combined this tonight with the Count on Me shirts is because his message is really about you guys counting on us, and us counting on you. And that's the message that he takes. And so tonight they're going to be a part of the Keuka College athletic family, and they each have their own Count on Me shirt. I'm going to give Bray an extra one. He doesn't know that's it, because he told me he was going to hang this one up and wouldn't wear it, so we'll get him one he can wear. Thanks for being here today. I think Ray just said that his wife Patty is the straw that stirs the drink, so there you have it.